Nestled in the hills of Virginia, where touching the Hokie Stone means remembering the legends who formed the foundation of a power. Names like Vic and Beamer, and a lunch pail mentality that applies to the Virginia Tech Hokies. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Virginia Tech Hokies. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Seminoles will put toe to leather and will get started. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So Virginia Tech's offense will start this game off. When this guy comes onto the field, David, he seems to bring the it factor with him.
So much fun as a play caller to have a guy you depend on, you trust. You know, Palmer, you're going to get the best out of this young man.
He's also one of those guys, David, who just elevates everybody else around him, right? All 10 guys in that huddle offensively.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
What a great way to start this game, and one of the reasons this defense has been one of the most dominant units all season long, they can get pressure on the quarterback with guys like that. They've got better athletes than you've got up front, and you saw it early in this game today.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on 3rd down.
The Hokies will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. So the Florida State Seminoles offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. This is just a great matchup to watch on the outside, and who can win downfield in the passing game.
Man, this reminds me of 1997, Charles Woodson versus David Boston. 2 physical athletes that are going to be going toe-to-toe all game long.
Yeah, 2 alphas, 2 guys that play the positions where you have to have such confidence, cornerback, wide receiver. Let's see this throwdown.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Ware. They're trying to get to him. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Noles have had outstanding quarterbacks over the years. Not always dual threats. Sometimes a little more Danny Cannell-ish, but using his feet well there.
And even Chris Winkie. And guys that maybe they weren't runners, but, man, they made those athletes around them really come to life and were a force multiplier, made everybody around them better. And you found a lot of those guys with these Florida State offenses.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
From the red zone, looking for a man. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Off the play fake. Grab near the marker. It's Dalton. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Getting some heat. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
Here's a great example of living to play another day. QB in the pocket, nobody open, throw it out of bounds.
After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun. Go get the quarterback.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Fires to the tight end. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Hokies send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. That is coverage just the way you draw it up. Don't even let him get started, and they knock him down deep in his own end. We'll see what this offense can do sitting inside its own 20. The give to the single back. Just buried it. Follows that surge up front. He's got 5 out to the 13.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy on the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Good job on defense, getting a hand on it, tipping it up in the air. They weren't able to pick it off, but they do force the incompletion.
Looking downfield, it's Ware. And a missed opportunity on... Defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And the Seminoles will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
The Hokies headed quickly to the line. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Grab near the marker. It's Stoneburner. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, first down. The give to the lone running back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
On second down, they'll take to the air. That's caught. It's Stoneburner. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. And the Hokies line up to punt it away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Hauls it in, looking for space. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Now they'll run it on the toss. Just steamrolling his way through. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
This doesn't happen with just anybody at tailback. You got to do this with a dude, a guy you know can roll. Just toss it to him, let him get out in the open field. He'll do the rest and make big gains.
Trying to get to him. Get it out on the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
The Seminoles have their offense in high gear. He'll keep it himself. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats.
0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. The give to the back. And the Seminoles will have a first down. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with Warrick Dunn, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball, he knew it, and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
My goodness, this offense has got it rolling. They might put up a 50-burger. This defense, they don't have any answers right now. They're going to have to figure something out.
Firing to the right, complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
A nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Noles!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They're just about ready to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Hokies will try to pin them back with the punt. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll field the punt. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Across the 25. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that 1st down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
They've moved it into scoring territory. 1st and 10 from the 11. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. And guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. And the Hokies are in the hurry-up.
Love that throw. I'll tell you, if he keeps making more of those, Lane Stadium and this incredible crowd is going to be going nuts. We've called games here plenty of times in the past. This is one of the best venues in all of college football. And this guy right now is heating up at the QB position.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Well, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it 1st down at the 39.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. After the last run, would you just give it to him again on 3rd down? To the air. It's Ware. Got his man quickly. Finds a crease at the 20. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time play.
Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge... And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat. You're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But they had a great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. On the run, it's Samuel. Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Back to the ground with the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Hokies will hustle to the line. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. 3rd down play from the gun. They're bringing heat. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. And the Hokies will call on their punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Back to pass, it's Ware. He lobs one high down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down, and an excellent throw, too. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. They'll leave it with the lone back.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They think they can create space here with a run to the right. Out in the backfield, he'll lose a couple.
And the defense was locked in. You could tell they saw it. They reacted right away. Got the running back on the ground immediately.
Started this drive with a bang, but now it is 3rd down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 3rd down, going up top. He's right on target. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct.
The running back.
Find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll pull it on the read. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Really nice football play. Man, I got to understand option football. I got to play my responsibility, make sure that I know what I'm doing. Look at the linebacker. Great job doing that. Staying patient, getting to the quarterback, making the big tackle.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown Seminoles.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Single back formation, and they give it to it. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. This offense has a 2nd down play. Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we are just about ready to go in the 2nd half. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. 1st down here for the offense. Dropping back, it's Ware. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
He's going up top. And he reels it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Knowles! And the stomping has commenced. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Cincinnati has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe inside Nippert Stadium. They're up by a field goal over TCU. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they built the lead here in the 2nd half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the 1st down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Gonna run it. It's Samuel. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the run.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Fires and picked off. Looking for more room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
3rd and Africa is extremely difficult. When I know it's a passing situation, I get to rush the passer and pin my ears back. I get to put more DBs on the field to drop back and really play pass coverage. You can tell the offense was trying to force it, trying to get that first down, makes the big mistake.
To the air on 1st down. Lofts one high and deep. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Makes a connection. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight.
Touchdown, Florida State! And the route is on. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape. So the offense definitely taking care of their business.
And they did tack on the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
38, Virginia Tech, 0.
Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, we should have ran a better route.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense set on first down. It's complete to the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Holding.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Looking for a productive play on first down. Going with the counter play here. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Here comes the offense on second down. The give. A solid run there as he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. All kinds of time before he fires right. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Wide out in motion. They'll leave it with him. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Running back searching for a hole. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll try to power their way ahead. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, nothing.
And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
Well, I love the play call by the defense there on 4th down. They were expecting pass, and they didn't decide to just lay back and play zone coverage. They were going to dial up the pressure. They bring the blitz, and they just overwhelmed the offensive line and anyone else trying to protect that quarterback. He had no shot.
They believe they can run right here. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. He now has 80 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Trying to impose their will with the run. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on 3rd down from the 45. To the air, it's Ware. Finds the tight end. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Knowles will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He's got his man. Shows off another move and gets down to the 33-yard line.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Lost one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
That's one of those plays where you're going, man, He probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. Grabbed over the middle. It's Lee. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's 1st down at the 27. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings.
Virginia Tech, 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. Back to the air one more time. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
It's 2nd down.
After the misfire, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unleashes it. He's got it. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got... They are in no mood to show any mercy as they keep flexing their muscle on offense.
Up big in the fourth quarter, and you just keep taking shots down the...
Touchdown Seminoles! And the beatdown has ensued. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
And here comes the offense on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Samuel. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. He wants to throw. Grabbed behind the line, it's Samuel. And there's going to be a loss on that play, just run out of bounds and avoiding the contact. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Shoots it to the left. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on pass.
And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Man, it's go time for this defense now. I mean, you're down by a couple scores, and they're still making big plays. You got to find a way to get a stop, create a turnover, switch the momentum to your side quickly.
Unloads to the wideout. And the timing just a hair off.
Well, that was the guy the quarterback wanted to go to right from the jump, but a better job by the defense in coverage forcing the incomplete.
Second down after that incompletion. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Lee. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
These guys are called matchup guys. They're not the biggest guys on the field, but they're going to win. Short, and they're going to catch the ball, and they're going to make yards after the catch. You can tell those are the type of guys in college football that are starting to get maximized and used a lot more than they were in the past.
And the Noles get enough for the first down.
And that's what I love about this offense, man. They run the football and get first downs. They throw the football and get first downs. So much balance. That's why they're the #2 offense in all of college football and getting first downs. They are so hard to defend.
He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has them set up.
And you want to dominate the football game like these guys have all day, dominate the line of scrimmage. You know, turn and hand the ball off to your running back. It's a good recipe. It makes every quarterback better. It makes every OC better. Just turn, hand the football off.
Touchdown, Noles! And the punishment has been extended. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
The best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
And now on second down for this offense. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Quick strike complete.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Now looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The Hokies will line up to punt it away. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Offense getting set for first down. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Quickly complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical, they're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Now on second down. They'll run play action. Feeling some heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Throws to the tight end. On target over the middle. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless of how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Coming after it. And this sophomore able to reach some. Sack.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running back. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
The Seminoles will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
After the incompletion, looking at second down. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Samuel. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, if I'm a coach, I'm always trying to isolate a running back on a linebacker any chance I can get. And they got it there, but winning for the linebacker. Great job seeing that ball, going and attacking the running back as soon as he catches it and getting him on the ground.
Makes the grab. It's Stoneburner. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. And the Hokies will send out the punt unit. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
No stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game. Well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
QBs and wide receivers spend all offseason together throwing the football in air. I mean, really developing that chemistry and timing. Understanding, I get man coverage, I'm throwing this to you right now.
Throws to the wideout. And that ball is picked off. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
Obviously, this game hasn't gone the way they would have liked, but coaches are always looking for positive moments and things that you can build on. How about that young man going out, getting an interception? Yeah, they're being blown out. They're probably not.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field. And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Got it in the middle. It's Stoneburner. Seizing that open space. An opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. You just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Unloads it left. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous party. A late touchdown.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
He'll call for the fair catch here. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such a high level, Dave.
Yeah, just dominate the football game. And now, listen, it's mode where I can run the football, run out the clock, watch this game go to zeros and get the dub.
He's got the tight end. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on 1st down. He's looking deep. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score again. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. And give give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Virginia 10-7.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost...
And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass.
And that pass intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Touchdown, Florida State. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
On the move from inside his 5. He stopped the return right there, and that will do it. This one is in the book. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence from that.
Yeah, and you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. Continue, and then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.